As we're here tonight for the playoffs, for the first round of the playoffs between the visiting Laney Buccaneers and your Middle Creek Mustangs. I'm Adam Ireland, joined by
Vinny Maxwell.
And I'm Braden Maxwell.
We should have a good night. Not necessarily ideal playoff weather as it's cold and it's kind of been misty and raining all day. It's not really ideal playoff weather, but it's the playoffs nonetheless.
Field conditions are going to be tough tonight. I mean, of course, the coach is not going to say it's not really going to affect anything, but I mean, looking at how it's been raining all day, it's probably going to affect some throwing for the quarterbacks. A lot of people might not be able to hang on to the ball tonight, so we're going to see how that affects the game.
Yeah, Coach Ragland told me before the game they focused a little bit more on run plays this week, just in the event that they might have to go to a more run-heavy package in the event that the ball is just kind of slippery with the quarterback having to grip it or just getting it to the receivers to hold on to it.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. It's going to be a slippery field and a slippery ball. It's going to be hard all around for both the defense and the offense. It's just going to be who can take advantage of that and try and get the point out of it.
Yeah, both teams are going to have to take advantage of opportunities that are given to you. I think that's part of the reason why Middle Creek lost last week, as they dropped 2 easy interceptions, both of which could have went for touchdowns. So you just got to take advantage of opportunities the other team gives you.
Last week we saw the Mustangs struggle a little bit, on both sides of the ball. Mainly offensively. Offensively, they started picking up in the second half. Defensively, they really couldn't stop the run as well. It's really what they're going to have to focus on tonight, just in the fact of what Laney's going to have to do on the offensive side of the ball. So they're going to have to focus on defense, and they're going to have to clean up a lot of things that they didn't clean up last week.
Yeah, I feel like if this game becomes more of a run-heavy game by both sides, that would favor Middle Creek, especially with that defensive front led by Joey Maya.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. Middle Creek are going to have to clean up after a poor performance last week against Gardner. Hopefully, for their sake, they can do it here today.
Yeah, so as we get close to kickoff, as we're about 5 minutes away from kickoff, Coach Rowden kind of talked to me this week about before the game, about how they had a great week of practice, and kind of last week after losing, they kind of talked about not looking ahead and doing more of a looking at as a new season. They're 0-0 this week, and they're focused on getting to 1-0, and that will be the mentality going forward.
That's always a great mentality to have. You got to take it one game at a time. You never want to look ahead in the schedule. You never want to look and try to. You want to prepare for the next opponent just in case you win, but you don't want to look at that next opponent. You don't want to see through your opponent that's right in front of you.
Yeah, I 100% agree. Staying focused on the game at hand is the most important thing in any sport, and especially in the playoffs where you lose one and you're out. Here, they'll have to stay focused. Both sides will have to stay focused, but only one can get through.
Yeah, if you're Middle Creek, you really don't want to look ahead, because if you wait, you got to go to Sanderson next week, and they have kind of an all-around player that's committed to NC State, and then past that, they would most likely play Wake Forest, and Wake Forest was a team that knocked them out last year. So the seniors on this team and juniors that were on varsity last year need to make sure they don't look ahead to the potential 2 weeks to the potential rematch.
Yeah, that's definitely true. A bit of revenge in the air for Middle Creek. And now the players are entering onto the field, surely focused on the task at hand, most likely.
Trust me, Laney is no slouch. They're coming in here at 7-4. They were 5-2 in their conference. The losses that they did have, they weren't pretty.
Yeah, they weren't. But at the same time, they were the good teams like New Hanover and Hoggard. I believe Hoggard was undefeated this year and ranked in the state AP poll. New Hanover is usually a good team, and they also lost to Pinecrest. Pinecrest is usually one of the better 4A teams. So it's like the losses may have not been pretty, but at the same time, they still challenge themselves.
Yeah, I mean, it's a very competitive conference that they're in, so a loss here and there is going to be expected for any team in that conference. So I think they've definitely impressed this season.
From what I've seen here, I mean, what the Middle Creek defense is, what they're going to have to do, they're going to have to really look out and see who's going to be playing the quarterback position tonight for Laney. Because, Laney, they got their main quarterback in Harrison, who looks like he really hasn't – I mean, he's played this season, but he's played more receiver than he has quarterback. Mm-hmm. You also got Citybear, who's a receiver, who's playing more quarterback than he has receiver this year. So they're going to have to look at that, and it looks like Laney can they can beat you in many different ways.
Yeah, especially they definitely can. As a couple players this week told me that their quarterback that they saw on film likes to take the ball, likes to run the ball. So the linebackers and everybody has to stay home at their assignments. Otherwise, he's just going to run up the middle.
Yeah, well, positional play is very important. It's definitely going to be it's going to be proven to be very important here today.
The keys to the game for Laney tonight, if they want to come out here, they want to get a win on Middle Creek's on home field. They're going to have to come out, run the ball strong. They're going to have to mix it up a little bit. They're going to have to spread the playbook out. They're going to have to use Sid Berry in many different ways, put him at receiver. They would use Harrison the same way. So they're going to have football try to confuse Middle Creek tonight.
Yeah, they have to. And Middle Creek's keys, the secondary has to stay home on their assignments because, as I mentioned, they don't want to let the quarterback take off running, and the defensive line needs to be able to get off their blocks.
They've got to be on defense. They've got to be effective. They got to find a way to get to the quarterback. We saw glimpses of that last week. They had glimpses of them stopping the run. We got to see them get to the quarterback tonight, put pressure on them, make them force bad throws, and they got to win a turnover battle. Simple as that.
Exactly.
And on the offensive side of the ball, Ely, he played decent last week. He was able to get the offense going in the second half, but they got to get off to a fast start here and jump on Laney early.
Yeah,
they really want to win this game.
Yeah, you got to have your offense going for both halves, not just one half. Usually that's not a good recipe for success. They almost got away with it last week, but they didn't. And you just can't go around thinking you can only play offense for a half.
Exactly, and especially in the playoffs where every opponent that you come against is a proven good opponent. You can't really only turn it on for one half. You have to go the full game, the full 4 quarters.
Yeah, and Middle Creek is definitely testing themselves for this moment here during the playoffs. As a non-conference, they definitely challenged themselves in non-conference, looking way back, playing Rocky Mount, usually one of the better 3A teams, and then playing Heritage and Wake Forest, 2 top 3 teams in the state. So they definitely challenged themselves for this moment for the playoffs, so that come playoffs, they're ready for anything.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to win, you have to be able to challenge yourself. Every good team, every winning team knows that. It doesn't matter what sport it is. You have to challenge yourself, and they did that in those games.
And also on the back end, as you were talking about, the secondary has to get it together last year. Last year they're really missing a big piece out there at DB. They were missing Tyron Belcher last week. He had a mishap. Had a pass. Somebody passed away in his family last week, so he missed all the practice last week, and he also missed the game. So they really missed him last week, and in his tendencies and his intangible ways able to do a corner. And now with them having him back tonight, we're going to see a whole lot different on the defense side of the ball.
Definitely gives the secondary more depth and more rotation.
Yeah, definitely very excellent player coming back here.
As number 9, Owen Daffer is ready to kick this game off, and as they go onside kick on the first play.
Laney tried to get fancy there early. They wanted to see it. They tried to see if they catch Middle Creek off guard.
Yeah,
interesting tactics, definitely.
Yeah, but Middle Creek was ready, so they will start with a good field position. Now it looks like about the 44-yard line. So we will get our first look at the Middle Creek offense.
And as you were saying, seemed last week against Garner, it took them to the second half to really kick it off, to get started. This is going to be the test, to really wake up, get ready, The first and big mistake there, but he's going to rush it. Fortunately, I think he's lost a yard.
Just enough past the line of scrimmage there. Maybe give him a yard there. I said those weather conditions were coming into play there, look, they were looking to go screen there.
Yeah, definitely.
Just drop the pass.
And you see in the first play, Ely wasn't able to hang on to the ball.
Well, yeah, the wet ball, as we were talking about, not great conditions, but that's excellent there.
Hey, look at Trey Jones getting a nice gain there, about 9 yards. It's going to be close to a first down.
That's a Middle Creek first down. That's what they need here.
No, they're going to give him a first down. So good job of Dre Jones getting on it early.
Definitely.
Middle Creek offense is going to move fast.
That's a good pass. They're out to
Jordan
the left, and he's through already.
And there was a flag thrown there. It's going to probably look to be holding there, or illegal blocking it back. We're going to see what that is.
Looks like this. Yes, so it's going to be holding the Mustangs, so that's going to back them up 10 yards.
Oh, that's a harsh penalty to concede that.
And it looks like this holding was way downfield, so Middle Creek shouldn't have Terrible field position. Shouldn't be. Yeah. So the holding was past the original first down line. So Middle Creek's going to actually start. They're actually going to have a rare. Looks like about 1st and 8.
Yeah, it's not a terrible thing to concede that.
First and 9.
First and 9. Yeah, you don't see that much.
Definitely.
They
don't like that ball. Maybe a bit flat.
And they're going to go chip set here. Motion Dre Jones. They're going to hand it off to him.
That's a good hand.
And Laney doing a great job there, stuffing the run right there. He's going to maybe get a 1-yard gain there.
Yeah, Laney did a good job. The defensive line did a good job of getting off their blocks and getting Jones before he can make any damage into like his last run.
Yeah, I mean they probably did see that coming, with it being the previous play. It's unfortunate for Middle Creek, but they've started off pretty well so far. It's definitely better than they did against Garner. Will they be able to keep it up throughout this first half?
And looking at Laney's defense, they're looking to run a little bit of what Garner ran last week. So sort of a bit of man. The run go screen there is Jordan Mitchell. He's going to have first down and more.
Going. That's great.
That's gonna be enough for a Middle Creek first down. So it looks like they're gonna spot him at about the 38, 39 yard. 33, 34 yard line.
They really had a tough time last week trying to get that screen play. You see they're starting to go fast here. Make sure they get Laney off. Pretty much keeping Laney on their heels. That's gonna be an 8-yard gain there.
Yeah, this is excellent attacking play from Middle Creek so far. Definitely a polar opposite of what we saw last week.
Sticking to the no-huddle offense right here.
Well, Laney have surely seen the tapes from last week, although that's
great. But he loses the ball, and looks like Laney fell on it.
Laney have recovered possession here.
So Ely's gonna fumble on the keeper to the left, and Laney's gonna recover. So Laney's gonna take over around their own 25 yard line.
Well, that's unfortunate for Ely there, and that's unfortunate for the whole Middle Creek team, but they'll have to bounce back from it.
That's where those weather additions start to come into play. And now we're going to see this Laney offense, and they're going to look to run. They're going to stack. They're going to run a stack receiver set to the right, and then they're going to hand it off.
Get maybe 2 or 3 yards there.
Bridget on the carry
there.
So
Sid Berry is in at quarterback.
So the Laney quarterback, as you said, is going to be Sid Berry.
They're going to run Harrison at receiver as of now. They're going to motion number 7, and this plays the default. And this is going to be a nice tackle there. Looks to be
a real pile up.
His Middle Creek looked to try to strip the ball, but he was the ball carrier was able to hang on to it.
Billingsley on the carry there. Maybe going to get about a 2-yard gain there. 4-yard gain.
So that's gonna bring him about 3rd and 4.
Middle Creek fans out in full support here. It'll be hard for this Middle Creek side.
Really stack the box here as they hand it off. They try to go right. Yes, and they're going to get the first down.
He's going to get first down there, and he's down.
That's going to be enough for a Laney first down, but
that was Walcott on the carry there.
That's be enough for a Laney first down.
So that's going to bring up a Laney first down from about just past their own 35-yard line.
And Buccaneers really sticking to this pistol-type offense. And now they're going to run that stack formation to the right, as that's going to be stuffed right at the line.
Looks like they're going to give him about a gain of 1.
Joey Maya in there on the tackle.
Yeah, Middle Creek's the star defensive lineman.
Middle Creek doing a good job of stopping the run there. They're gonna go stack right back to it again. This time to the right side.
They're liking that stack setup, aren't they?
Handoff. The handoff is to. The handoff goes to number 34, Daquan Pridgeon.
Pridgeon on the carry.
Pridgeon, and he's gonna get looks like he's gonna get about 1 on the carry, so it's gonna bring up a.
So about a 3rd and 7 here.
Yeah, from just shy of their own 40-yard line.
Middle Creek strong on the defense here since they've lost that ball since the fumble. They'll hope they can keep it up.
Now they're gonna run the doubles pistol set. They're gonna look to go read option there. He was wanting, looked like Sidbury wanted to keep it there, and now
Yeah.
he's gonna bring out the Laney punt team.
Yeah, Sidbury just took too long to make a decision on the read option there, and when you run the read option, you got to make a decision quick. You got to stick with it. You got to make a decision quick. You can't wait for you can't wait that long.
Yeah, I think that hesitation there just cost them, and that could prove costly.
So Middle Creek looks to bring everybody.
Yeah,
They do.
Snapping, close to
They
being
almost-
blocked.
Ooh,
They
Just
almost
a line drive, and that's gonna take a bounce out. It's gonna be just
around
short.
the 33 or the 34 from Middle Creek.
Some decent field position for the Middle Creek offense to start their second drive.
Yeah, so for second straight drive, Middle Creek will have a good starting field position. So let's see if they can take advantage of it, as they looked like they were on their last drive until the Ely fumble.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. The ball is really wet, really damp, and so is the field. And that's just how it's going to be today. And I'm guessing we'll see a few fumbles from both sides and all sets of players.
Trips left. Gonna go screen to Wilson. And he does a nice spin move and gets about a 3-yard gain there, maybe 4.
Brandon Wilson.
Yeah, that spin move was able to get him the extra couple yards.
It looks like Middle Creek is gonna, just due to the conditions, they're probably gonna stick to just a short intermediate passes.
Yeah, those long passes in conditions like this aren't going to work out too well.
Hand off to Dre Jones there, and it's gonna be stuff right at the line.
Looks like they're gonna give him about a looks like they're gonna give him about a yard.
Carry tackled by number 29, Smith.
So with
3rd and 5.
so that's gonna take our clock to about 5.5 minutes to go. So still scoreless here.
And Laney is really sticking to this one safety high set, and they're really sticking to this man coverage as they're running a little bit pretty much what Garner ran last week on them.
Yeah, well, we've definitely seen the tapes and
So,
seen that it's
right
worked, and
up
that's a
the
great
seam,
run
he's
there.
making
He's
tackles.
still going.
And look at Dre Jones going
Dre
down.
Jones,
He's going to
he's
be tackled
tackled
just
right
shy
at
of the
the 15.
15-yard line.
And Middle Creek looks to go no huddle again.
Well, that was an excellent gain there. That's what you want to see from your offense after a slow start to the game last week. They definitely have picked it up here today.
And so Middle Creek looks to go no huddle.
We've seen a lot of those runs this year by Dre Jones as Cavion Moore subbed in now. Look at Cavion Moore taking a carry, and he's going to get about a 5-yard gain there.
Yeah, not bad.
So that's gonna.
And they're going to stick to the no huddle.
Calvin Moore on the carry.
Yeah, Middle Creek seems like the no huddle has been tricky for Laney here so far tonight.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
done
hand
them
off
off
to
a
Moore
bit.
again, and look
Great
at
handoff, and
Moore
that could be.
breaking tackles, and he's going to be just short of the first down marker. It's going to be about a 3rd and maybe a 32, maybe 3rd and 1 situation.
Yeah, things are getting very tricky, very dangerous for Laney here. Middle Creek could be in for a touchdown.
He's getting a lot of first-team reps in. There's a night,
And you're gonna.
a hard count draws him off sides there.
So that's gonna give Middle Creek a first down. So it's gonna be enough for Middle Creek first down. So Middle Creek will have first and goal from the from inside their own 10-yard line.
DeAndre Jones coming back onto the field.
Nice couple carries for Cavion Moore there.
It looks like they're gonna have first and goal from their 4.5-yard line.
They're going to be at their 4-yard line. It's going to be a half distance. Here we go. They're going to hand it out to Dre Jones. He's going to cut right
He's
up
going to
the
go
middle.
all the way in,
It's
and that's a
touchdown.
touchdown.
Yeah, that was gonna be. He was almost untouched till he was basically untouched till he got to the goal line, and by that time there was nothing the defender could do.
Yeah, well, he's a strong and fast guy, and he's shown it off today so far. and he just put Middle Creek on the board, and he's opened up the scoring.
So that's going to make the score 6-0 in Middle Creek, pending the extra point with 4:18 to go in the first quarter.
We're going to see how these conditions affect the field goal kicking tonight. Kirkland struggled a lot last weekend.
And that's going to be good. Yeah, so we definitely a good job there for on the Middle Creek special teams, as they've already made more extra points than they did last week. So definitely a better start special teams wise than last week for Middle Creek.
Yeah, that's definitely true. I think the special teams had a hard time last week.
And we're going to go to we're going to have a replay of that touchdown, I believe, here.
As soon as they handed it off, they run that zone read there, and he was just able to find the hole and just had one man to beat there.
Yeah, he was untouched till number 26 got to him at the goal line, and by that point, as I mentioned earlier, he was already in. And good job by the Middle Creek offensive line of just making the blocks for Jones to get
nothing but the blocking.
Yeah, he was the blocking was pretty good there, as he was untouched for basically most of the drive.
Yeah, I think DeAndre Jones is always going to win that battle, that physical battle and that speed battle. That's his game, and he's shown it off here.
As 13, so Hunter Holmes is on to kick it off to Laney. As he's deep.
A little bit of a switch on special teams here.
Yeah. And we're going to go down to our sideline reporter, Bryce.
Middle Creek getting ahead early here has pushed a lot of momentum in their favor. The offense right down here really wants to get back out for another score. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Bryce. As Middle Creek just Middle Creek had a level as Sean Horton on the punt coverage there, on the kick coverage there, was able to tackle the returnman for the Buccaneers.
Yeah, that's great defensive play here from Middle Creek. They'll have to keep it up, definitely, if they want to retain this lead.
So Laney looks to go.
Stick to the pistol here, and they're going to hand it off, and he's going to find a crease. He's going to cut
that's
back,
excellent.
and he's going to get the first down.
Yeah, he was able to. He cut straight, and he was able to cut back upfield to get the extra yardage there.
Pridgeon with a nice run there.
Yeah, that was a very good run.
And like I mentioned earlier, the Middle Creek defense has to stay with their assignments, has to stay home with their assignments, as it looked like somebody didn't stay home.
Yeah, positional play is very important, and they'll have to focus on that when defending, especially when defending.
They're going to stick to this run as Pridgeon takes another carry. He's going to get about a 7, get close to about 3-yard gain there. Maybe 4.
It's a good game.
So it's going to bring up about a 2nd and 5 from the. It's going to go about 2nd and 6 from the 39-yard line.
The student section at Middle Creek is in full support here.
And they're going to go strictly man here. They're going to stick to low in the box. They're going to hand it off again to Pridgeon, and Pridgeon just stopped right there at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, interesting there, rather than Laney didn't switch out of a run set there, as Middle Creek had brought everybody, so a quick screen pass there could have gone for big yardage, as Middle Creek had nobody deep.
Yeah, well, third
The
down.
offense really sticking. They're really sticking to this run game, and really haven't been able to drop back and pass tonight. So they're just going to stick to this gun double, this little pistol double set.
Yeah, you got to give Laney credit for sticking with what they want to do.
Yeah, sometimes you just have to stick it out if it's not working at the beginning.
First time, that's a
great
nice pass
pass
by Sidbury. It's going to be first down, and it's going to be close.
Jason Billingza.
Right, just past the 45-yard line of Middle Creek.
Yeah, Billingsley on the catch there, and was able to find the open spot in the coverage there, and it was enough for a first down.
See, he just lofted it right over the defender right there. He was able to cut back and make a nice tackle. His Tolentino wasn't there on the tackle there.
found this hole in the zone coverage.
And they're going to go right back to the run. This Prison
Run it again, and
has
that's
really
a good
been
game.
finding his way up the field. And this run game, mixing with that pass, has really been able to
Yeah,
keep the
no.
Middle Creek defense on the field.
Yeah, Middle Creek's middle linebacker, Chayensky, was able to trip him up before he got big yardage. Although because of Chayensky doesn't make that tackle there, he goes for big yards.
And they're going to go right back to the gun doubles. Tight end in there. And
Hand it
God's
off
gonna
again.
pull there.
Oh, he
That
loses
was
the
a
ball.
fumble.
And it's a
That was
fumble, and
great
Middle
play
Creek have
there.
recovered the possession.
Jamari Highsmith with the ball just popping up right into his hands.
Yeah. Yeah, that was like I mentioned last week that Middle Creek had to drop 2 easy interceptions, but so far this week they took advantage. They saw the ball and the dude in Highsmith caught it. As on the replay you can just see they just popped it out and it was knocked loose by I believe Joey Maya.
Yeah, it looks night and day this week from what it did last week. Middle Creek on their toes, ready to do anything to win this game, and now they're on the attack again.
I was talking to Highsmith the other day. I was like, hey, man, you have a big game? He's like, yeah. And
That's an excellent pass
He does
by
a great
Ely.
job. He does a great job by, able to get a fumble recovery there.
Yeah, and that was
Big hit there.
Kyle Woodard.
Yeah, it was Kyle Woodard on the catch there, who had a great game last week on senior night. 2 touchdowns and 69 yards as he has got his first 2 touchdowns last week.
It was more than great. It was stellar. It was amazing. And look at
Ely's going to run it.
Presence.
Ely's rushing, and he's rushed all the way, and that'll be first down, Middle Creek.
Starting to turn on the Jets there as he crosses past 25-yard line. They're going to stick to this fast-paced, no-huddle offense.
Yeah, well, he's a fast quarterback, Ely, and he can rush whenever he needs to.
That's going to take us to about a minute to go in the first quarter as Middle Creek leads 7-0.
Let's see where he goes here. They'll probably look to hand it off to Dre Jones.
Watch a quarterback keeper here.
And they're going to go swing. And this is going to be a quarterback
He's
draw.
going to rush again. He's
And
going for
Ely's
it.
fighting for those yards, and he's going to get about a 6-yard gain there.
So that's going to take her. So the clock's now running under a minute to go in the first quarter. Middle Creek doesn't appear to want to go no huddle. Appears to have gone away from the no huddle.
Yeah, well, Laney are in danger of going 2 touchdowns down in the first quarter. They'll try and surely do everything to stop this as DeAndre Jones tries to get through their pack.
He just stuffed right at the line of scrimmage, so that will probably take us to the end of the. See if Middle Creek wants to run another play before the end of the quarter. And that's gonna. No, looks like Middle Creek's gonna run one more play.
They're gonna go for it. They may just let it run out. Yeah, they're gonna let it.
Yeah. So at the end of the first quarter, Middle Creek leads 7-0. We'll be right back with the sports block. And welcome back to the Sports Block as we're back at the start of the second quarter with Middle Creek leading Laney 7-0 as Middle Creek is inside its red zone with a 3rd and 5.
Great quarter for those Mustangs there on offense. They were really able to run the ball and then they kept to their no-huddle offense approach.
And we'll see if what Middle Creek looks to do now.
And Laney's defense really sticking to this man coverage. They're going to stick with the one safety high, which is really going to leave a lot of one-on-one situations, and we'll see if he's going to take advantage of that.
Yeah, watch the rollout by the running back.
Heading off the Dre here. He makes a nice cutback. He breaks 2. And he's going to get close to the
He's
first
going to be
down.
right around the first down.
He's having an excellent game so far.
Yeah, if this is short of the first down, I wouldn't be. Looks like he's gonna be about a yard.
Bring up 4th down.
Looks like he's gonna be about a yard short.
Yeah, he's right there.
Aggressive.
About a yard short, so I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, Middle Creek's going to go for it here. I wouldn't be surprised watching a quarterback draw here or a quick screen pass out to Rasheed Martin on the left.
They can bring in the extra blocker. They're
Protect
going to run a
that.
speed option there, and we're going to see if he's going to get
Not
there.
sure if he
Looks like
made that. I
looks
think he.
going to be close.
I think he just barely made it, but I can't tell.
They're
Let's see what this spot is.
going to have a they're going to measure. They're going to have an official measure, so the change will come out.
Timeout for a measurement.
The change will come out to as officials want to make sure, which is understandable in a playoff game. You don't want to miss anything in a playoff game.
And especially a call that you can avoid by using the measurement. I mean, it's something that has to be done.
It's going to be close. Looks.
It looks like,
It looks like they're going to be. They're going to get it
First
by
down.
just the nose of the football.
and that is as close as it can get.
Yeah, Middle Creek's going to get that first down just by the nose of the football. But that's all you need. All you need is the tip of the nose, be across the first down line, and that's first down. So Middle Creek's going to have a first down from its from Laney's. Looks like 11-yard line.
First and goal here.
And Laney are in serious danger of conceding another here.
And they're going to bring in Kyle Woodard for an extra blocker. And they're going to speed option to
That's
Rasheed
excellent.
Martin. Look at him cut
And it's
inside.
going to be another touchdown for Middle Creek.
And
And
there's
it's
going
been
to be
called back. There's a flag on the play.
there's a flag at the 10-yard line. I'm probably going to get. And you're going to get Middle Creek's going to be called for holding, so that's going to negate the touchdown and move Middle Creek back to about the 20-yard line.
Well, I guess that's a lesson not to speak too soon then.
That's going to move them back a little bit.
That's unfortunate for Middle Creek. Laney very lucky to have that call.
But nonetheless, it's still first down from Middle Creek, so this is going to be about a 1st and 15.
And now that really changes up their play calling here.
Definitely, you're probably more likely to see a pass now than Middle Creek's had been going run, but I wouldn't be surprised to see a pass here.
Yeah, I agree, but the passing with the conditions is very
Hand off
dangerous.
to
They're
Jay
going to run it.
Jones, and Jones is going to he's going to
He's
break
gonna
a couple
still
tackles.
going through.
And
I
now
think they
they're
finally
pulled
called
the-
that.
Jones on the carry.
Well, he showed great strength to stay up there as long as he did.
Pick up a 2 on the play.
So, looks like there's going to be about a 2nd and 13 here from the 17-yard line of Laney. Middle Creek looks to be in no hurry as the play clock ticks under about 5 seconds to go.
Trips left. And he's going to drop back for this one.
He's
They're
going to
really
find the
bringing
pass.
blitz,
He
and
finds
they
an excellent pass.
find
And it's going to
Jordan
be a
Mitchell,
touchdown
he's
by
This time it will be a
Mitchell.
touchdown.
And so with 10:02 remaining in the second quarter, that's going to make the score 13-0 Middle Creek pending the extra point.
And Jordan Mitchell showing great speed there to get past his men, and Middle Creek have the chance to make it 14-0. And as we were saying at the beginning of the game, they started off weak in the offense last game. That's definitely been the polar opposite here today.
As Trevor Kirkland is on to attempt the kick. Kick is up and it is
That's
Good.
definitely good.
so that's going to make the score. It's going to make the score 14-0 Middle Creek with 10:02 remaining in the second quarter. So good job there, Middle Creek, of taking advantage of the Laney fumble. As on replay, you can see Ely just sticks in the pocket and under pressure and gets it to Jordan Mitchell, who just does the rest. He just kind of runs through all the defenders and just trots into the end zone. So yeah, Middle Creek did a great job of taking advantage of a turnover and capitalizing on turnover to capitalizing on a turnover.
Yeah, we haven't seen anything particularly impressive.
And we're going to throw it down to our sideline reporter, Bryce Herring.
I'm down here on the Middle Creek sideline, and Middle Creek has a ton of energy on their side. If Laney wants to stay in this game, they have to get something going here, and fast. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Bryce. As you can definitely see the Middle Creek sideline is jamming, and just a lot of free spirits on the sideline, which you didn't necessarily see late in the game last week.
Oh, that's definitely for sure. A lot of positivity on the Middle Creek sideline, not so much on the Laney sideline, who, as I was saying, haven't been particularly impressive going forward this game. I guess we'll see possibly something different here, but possibly more of the same.
As Hunter Holmes is on to kick it off away to Laney.
It's going to be a nice line drive in. It's going to be short. It's going to take it from there on 15.
He's going to skip through.
And he
I believe that was Reginald Smith for Laney.
He kind of avoided a bunch of the blockers there, just kind of for a while, but eventually they all converged on him. So Laney's going to have a decent starting field position here.
And Middle Creek has done a good job on defense so far tonight. You know, they've really been they've been letting them run the ball a little bit. They've been getting up the field, but they've also been they forced a turnover last drive, which really led to a touchdown there.
Yeah, definitely. They've done a good job for the most part of staying home with their blocks, and the defensive line has done a good job of getting penetration. His handoff goes to
a fake handoff.
Sit right, and this is going to be.
It was almost an amazing interception.
Yeah, that pass breakup was by Rasheed Martin there. Middle Creek's number one corner. As he looked to have been beat, but he just went up and made the play on the ball to prevent the big play there. As number 13 Holmes, number 13 there for Laney was the intended target.
Yeah, that was excellent defensive play by Middle Creek. They'll have to keep that up if they want to keep this Laney side out.
And
looks like an offside.
No, we're going to have a false start on Laney, so that's going to back him up 5 yards.
Yeah,
that's definitely gonna change Laney's play call here. As you already had a play call and you back it up 5 yards. So most likely that's gonna change your play call unless you already had a plan to go deep on the play.
Yeah, definitely. They're gonna run it. Probably not the outcome they were hoping for.
That's gonna be about looks like gonna get him right about the line of scrimmage. So no gain on the play.
They're down 15 to go for Laney.
Really sticking to this gun double set. Look at a motion 6. That was Sims. And Sidbury, he hesitates there. He's trying to step in the pocket.
He's going to rush it.
Run, and he's going to be stopped. Should have given about maybe 3 yards there. And that's going to bring out the Laney punt team, as Laney really can't find it. They really can't get anything going on offense.
Yeah, that's I think the little momentum they had on their last drive kind of evaporated after that fumble.
Yeah, I mean, Laney have really been struggling going forward here today, and they need to clean that up if they want to get anything out of this game. I mean, you get one shot in the playoffs, and you don't want to blow it.
Yeah, as number 33 is on to attempt the punt for Laney. As Middle Creek looks to send everybody again.
Jordan Mitchell back to return.
Oh, they fake it, and
it's intercepted.
It's going to be picked off by.
That's going to be Joey Maya who picks that one out of the sky, and that's an excellent interception for Middle Creek.
Yeah, that's Joey Maya's second pick of the year. That's one pick is a lot for a defensive lineman, let alone 2.
Yeah, well, he is one of the best. And I mean, that's just staying alert on the field. You know, if you stay alert, you can do that type of things. If you stay alert and have the ability, that is, and I think he's got both.
Yeah, there wasn't a legal man downfield on Laney, but Middle Creek's obviously going to decline that because they're going to get great starting field position.
Yeah, definitely. Excellent. Middle Creek seem to be finding the momentum here.
So Middle Creek's going to have a start at the, looks like they're going to start at the Laney 48-yard line here.
There you go, gun doubles. And Ely's going to drop back. He's looking for, he's going to stay.
Ely's going to run. He breaks out of that
He's
brilliantly.
going to stick with the play, and he finds
And
his
that's
guy,
a great
Jordan
pass.
Mitchell.
And
Look at
Mitchell's
the
still
good
going.
play. And he's
he
gonna be
could
down
get the
to
touchdown
That's
here.
That
Middle
is gonna be a
Creek are in
touchdown.
danger of running away with this game.
So,
Jordan Mitchell, I believe that's his second of the day, is it?
yes. So that's going to make the score 20 to nothing Middle Creek, pending the extra point of 8:09 to go in the second quarter.
Middle Creek, I've said it before today, I'll say it again, night and day from the Garner game. This has been a very impressive showing so far.
Yeah, definitely shows that they did have a good week of practice, as Kirkland is on to attempt the extra point.
Yeah, well, I'm sure the coaches drove it into them. They have to win here. They cannot perform like they did last week, and they're definitely not today.
And we'll have a replay after this extra point attempt, and this extra point attempt is going to be good. It squeaks in. So now we're
Barely.
So now we're gonna have a replay of that touchdown here. As you can see, Ely just rolls out to his right and is able to find Jordan Mitchell downfield, who puts a spin move on his first blocker, and then it just does the rest as nobody was downfield to get him.
And I mean, his pace serves him well there. He breaks past one with a great spin move. 3 on him. It doesn't matter to him. He's going to go to the end zone.
So with Middle Creek leads 21 to nothing with 8:09 left in the second quarter. Yeah, Laney needs to do something on this drive, otherwise they might be out of it before halftime, which you never want in the playoff game. Well, you never want that in any game, especially the playoffs.
Oh, definitely. I mean, it's just been uninspiring going forward, and honestly a bit defensively from Laney as well. They need to clean that up, and they'll hope that it won't take a halftime team talk from their coach to drill that into them.
I think Laney would have a little more emotion on the sideline, especially since they don't want to have their season end on a 2-hour bus ride back to Wilmington, as Middle Creek goes onside kick, and Middle Creek looks like the Middle Creek's going to recover it.
Middle Creek may have recovered it, but there's so many bodies in there, I can't tell.
All the players are indicating. And
it's going to be a Middle Creek
does come up with it. Number 40 comes up with it.
Well, Brandon Smith with an excellent recovery there. He took quite a few bodies on top of him, but he didn't let go of that ball, and that's a Middle Creek. They're going to regain the possession again.
And you can just see on the... And you can see on the replay.
And the referees are reviewing the call.
You can see on the replay, Middle Creek just definitely catches Laney off guard with that, and catches Laney off guard, and they were able to recover. So with 8:05 left, so Middle Creek will have even better starting field position than they did on their last drive, as they will start at the Laney 46.
We go trip set here. And he's going to have to roll out to his right, and he's got his check down to Dre Jones, and he's going to cut a field, and he's going to get the first down.
Well, Dre Jones has just been on fire today, hasn't he?
He has. Yeah, a score here would be huge for Middle Creek going forward.
Yeah, if Middle Creek can get one more in this half and Laney don't do something special, I think they're going to run away with it.
Yeah, double set again. He's going to drop back, trying to look through his reads, and he just flicks him to Dre Jones, and he's going to have
going. Could that be first down, or is he just a yard away?
I think they're going to give him a first down. Great awareness of Ely. They were seeing that Jones was open and just doing the pitch to him. Great job.
Well, Ely and Jones are looking great together today. I mean, both are on fine form, and if they can keep that up throughout the game and throughout the playoffs, Middle Creek have a great shot.
And he'll stick to the double set. Really, Laney really hasn't made many adjustments on defense. Now they're just sending all 5. And
he breaks past one.
He's going to stick a little bit. He's just going to run out of bounds there.
Yeah, he
about a 3-yard gain there.
Yeah, Ely broke out of the tackle by number 12, Cameron Sidbury, who should have had the sack on Ely, but Ely was able to break out of it and get a positive gain on the play.
Well, that's Ely's fast feet. He can break out of situations like that, and that's one of the things that makes him such a good quarterback. If you have a quarterback who can do that and throw as he can, you've really got a dangerous weapon on your team.
There you go, 5 wide. Going to motion Woodard to the left. And he hesitates there as he's going to be sacked.
Yeah, good job there by Ely. Well, he was he didn't. We have flags thrown as number 8 for Laney, Shaquad Ullman, just kind of looked like he did a backflip. So I'm not really sure what that's going to be about.
Whenever I looked, he was on the ground. I don't know. He may have done the flip. I just looked, because I heard a lot of yelling, and so I looked at the flag. And I'm not sure what is necessarily the call. What's going on down there?
It will be 3rd down, but the question is, who is it on? We're going to have an unsportsmanlike, we're going to have an unnecessary roughness on Middle Creek. So that's going to push him back.
That's what I thought. It looked like he'd been pushed down or something.
That's it's going to push him way back. So that's going to bring up a very long 3rd down. And we're going to throw it down to Bryce on the sideline.
We're going to go down to Bryce now, the sideline reporter.
We've had a lot of turnovers so far, and for good reason. It's very cold down here, around 48 degrees, and wet, making it tough to hold on to the ball. We'll see if the turnovers keep coming. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Bryce. As we're back as Middle Creek is a very long 3rd down after a sack and a unsportsmanlike conduct penalty.
31 yards to go for Middle Creek.
And it's down to Harrison Ryder, and he's going to hold on to the ball. But
it's going to be stuffed right at the line of scrimmage. So it looks like I would assume, is Middle Creek going to go for it here, or are they going to send on the punt team?
I don't know. I think this is 3rd down.
They're going to send on the punt team here for Middle Creek. So Rasheed Martin's going to come on to attempt the punt for Middle Creek. As Sharaj Sidbury is back deep to receive for Laney.
Laney had the opportunity to do something good here.
This is a good punt by Martin here. So unfortunately, Middle Creek was unable to capitalize on the onside kick attempt, but they did ended up pinning Laney deep in their own territory as the unsportsmanlike conduct penalty was kind of the drive killer there for Middle Creek.
Yeah, well, Laney are going to have to do something different than they've been doing they're going to have to do something different than they've been doing for the majority of this game to get out of this hole. They'll hand it off.
And this is going to be he's going to be stuffed right in the line of scrimmage. Looks like they might give him a yard here.
Yeah, a yard or two he's been given. Middle Creek bench is not happy about that.
So the clock ticks to about 5 minutes and 30 seconds to go in the 2nd quarter. So with Middle Creek leading 21-0. This is probably a very important drive here for Laney as you want to get some momentum going. And as you're already down,
pass it.
And
nice pass there. This is going to be a
hit very hard.
That tackle was made by Tyron Belcher there on the tackle.
Yeah, that was a strong tackle.
Yeah, that was going to be Jason Billingsley on the reception there for Laney.
For a moment, it looked like that pass was just going to float out of bounds. The Laney receiver did well to get to that.
As Laney looks to go to their same formation again.
And he's going to drop back Sidbury. He's going to go quick pass. And that's going to be
so close to an interception. It's going to be incomplete. And that wet ball just slipping through his hands.
This is going to be dropped by Darnell Jones. That's one of the things I talked about. You got to take advantage of opportunities the other team gives you, and that was an opportunity there. But Jones was unable to come down with the catch, or would come down with the interception.
Yeah, and imagine Middle Creek's momentum if they would have got that. I mean, they're already the stronger team momentum-wise, I think, this game so far, and I think that could have just sent things overboard for Middle Creek.
Yes.
He's going to drop back. He's going to look to get the ball out quick and go screen. Goes to the flat. And cross the line of scrimmage. Now he's going to cut it cross back.
This is going to be
Cross
running
field,
with it
and
great.
he's going to get more yards.
He just hurdles a dude. And that's going to be Alfred Walcott there on the Walcott there on the reception.
Yeah, Tyron Belcher almost just got jumped over there. Didn't enough to get into the runner's legs, but that could have been very, very bad.
And looks at a crossbacks field there. He was able to. You see how the defender come there. He just close to hurdling right there.
Yeah, he Walcott went a long ways for a few yards.
Go to a pistol bunch here, and he's going to take a quick timeout here.
So with Middle Creek leading 21-0, we'll be right back with the sports block. And welcome back to the Sports Block, guys. We're back after a quick timeout with Middle Creek leading 21-0 with 3 minutes and 52 seconds to go in the second quarter, and Laney has a 3rd and 3 from their own 32-yard line.
There they go, bunch left, and Sidbury's going to drop back. Looks like he got a little bit of pressure there. He's got a wide open man, and he just beats past the safety, and looks like Lane's going to get their first touchdown of the game.
Yeah, that's going to be, looks like that's going to be number 12 here.
Benitez right there on the nice catch.
Yeah, number 12. Yeah, Benitez.
That was Billingsley, right? Correction. Nice catch, and Sidbury was able to make the good throw there.
Hey, he just looked like for a moment that the ball was just going to sail out of bounds, and Billingsley just came out of nowhere and caught it, and he kind of none of the defenders were able to catch up, and that's a huge score for Laney here, as Laney appears like tries to trick Middle Creek into they're going for 2, but they're just going to attempt the extra point, see if Middle Creek was ready for the 2-point conversion. And Middle Creek blocks that kick.
And
that's
look at
going
him.
to be Joey Maya.
Joey Maya.
And
looks like
Joey Maya keeps running, thinking he could get 2.
The rest are going to blow it dead there.
The ball will be dead, but it is blocked by number 2, Joey Maya.
Yeah, Joey Maya's having a very active game. Already a couple of tackles, an interception, and a blocked field goal. I believe that's his actually second blocked special teams kick of the year, which is pretty good. So we're going to have I believe we're going to have a replay here momentarily. We're going to
replay here. Let's see.
You just see Joey Maya jog into the end zone as end zone. So with that block, that means Laney just stays at 6. So that makes it 21-6 Middle Creek with 3:41 to go in the second quarter. Yeah, that was a big score for Laney as I didn't really have any momentum. Now they have some momentum going for them, and if they can get a defensive stop here, that we could have a whole different ball game than we had about a minute ago.
Yeah, that could definitely change the momentum of the game.
So Rashid Martin and Brendan Wilson back deep to receive for Middle Creek.
Middle Creek's also going to have to prepare for just in case Laney tries the onside kick here.
Yeah.
Ball back with 3:41 left. Let's see.
Yeah, they've already attempted one tonight. And as Daffer is on to kick. And they do go onside kick again. Oh, and it's
pretty deep, and Laney.
Oh, Laney's gonna the kickers
recovered there.
Yeah, this is gonna be recovered by number 6, Matt Sims. So Laney's gonna have great starting field position.
Actually, no, Middle Creek recovered it. Pretty deep though.
Yeah, but still, I'm sure the coaching staff will take the ball over. Will take a deep field position if it means they have the ball.
Go to the onside kick there and look at goes past 1, goes past 2, goes past 3. Looked like Laney recovered it right there.
Yeah, it just slipped out of his hands.
It's that slippery ball on that slippery surface.
Yeah, wasn't able to fall on it.
And Laney is going to look to press here. Is going to check to see if that linebacker is going to be able to. Of course, his assignment is Harrison Ryder. He's going to go over the middle. Brandon Wilson on the catch there. He gets a handful of jersey and brings him down.
Good, that was number 8 on the tackle, Saquon Yeoman. That's going to bring up second down in about 8. So let's see what Middle Creek does here.
There you go, doubles. They're going to fake hand it off to Brandon Wilson, and he's going to launch it over to Trey Jones. And Trey Jones gets a nice catch there as he gets out of bounds just past the 40-yard line of Laney.
Yeah, Trey Jones was able to beat his defensive man Walcott there, beat the corner there, Walcott. And that was just a good pass as Ely allowed it just over the head of the defender and right into the arms of Jones there.
And they're going to drop back again, and Ely's got a man right over the middle. That's Harrison Ryder. Makes a great catch as he hangs on to it. It's going to be a first down.
Yeah, great job there by Ryder hanging on to the catch. When he saw that he was going to take a big hit from Lane, he was able to hold on to the ball. That's really good. And
referees are taking it back.
I'm not really sure. So I think they're going to call it incomplete here. They're going to call it incomplete. So they rule it incomplete. So that's going to be 2nd and 10.
That's an interesting decision. They must have seen something that we messed up here.
Must have.
See, they're going to go trips right. Edie's going to drop back. They're going to bring 6, and he makes a nice pass. And
that's an excellent pass.
And that's going to be caught by Jordan Mitchell.
And he's going to be down just past the 5-yard line. Jordan Mitchell having himself a nice game tonight. He already has 2 touchdowns on the board.
Yeah. So that ended up kept working out for Middle Creek as they ended up getting further down the field and burned a little more clock.
And they're going to hand off to Dre Jones here. As Dre Jones is going to find the crease, and he's going to get in his score.
Great.
Dre Jones has his 2nd touchdown. Jordan Mitchell has 2 touchdowns.
Great job there by the whole Middle Creek team of just after the Laney scored, just marching down the field and scoring a touchdown to take the momentum back. That's a great job here. That was a great job by Middle Creek of just responding to adversity.
Yeah, Middle Creek are looking very good going forward and defending today, and they'll try and convert this kick.
As Kirkland's on to attempt the extra point. The extra point is going to be right for the upright, so that's going to be good. So that's going to make the score, I believe, 20. Well, we do have a flag on the play. We have the flag on the play, so all the players are walking off the field, so it must be on Laney, and meaning Middle Creek would decline the penalty. So that should make the score 28-6 Middle Creek. As the rest are discussing the flag there. Yeah, it is going to be on Laney, but Middle Creek's going to... Oh, no, they're going to enforce it on the kickoff. And the penalty will be enforced on the kickoff, so that will make the score 28-6 Middle Creek with 2 minutes and 29 seconds to go in the second quarter.
Well, I think that point could definitely alter both teams' halftime talk. It puts Middle Creek into a comfortable position over Laney, I would say, and that could definitely alter the team talks going into halftime.
Definitely. Laney, it's going to be more of a motivational one, while Middle Creek is going to be what adjustments can you make to keep going on and doing what you're doing.
Exactly. Defend the lead at all costs and add to it if you can, and I think that's going to be the main message conveyed to the Middle Creek players at halftime.
Definitely, and as you can see, a few players dancing on the sideline, which just shows
they're comfortable.
Yeah, well, all the players on the Laney sideline kind of just standing around, so that kind of shows you the comparison of the moves of the two different teams, just kind of the feel both teams have, kind of the who has the momentum, who doesn't.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's been very, very different in the attacking class between the two sides, and you're seeing Middle Creek take advantage of chances that Laney just haven't.
Yeah, Middle Creek will be kicking from the 35-yard line, so it'll be interesting here to see if they just boot it out of the back of the end zone, or if Middle Creek attempts to go onside kicking and they get great field position. We'll see here. As Laney appears to be ready for both, as they have two men deep, but then they kind of have their guys on the line bunched up to prepare if it is an onside kick.
They're going to try to kick it short here. They're not going to try to kick it deep into the end zone. So we're going to see how the Mustangs come out here.
They are going to kick it deep.
Kick it deep, and it's going to be a touchback.
So that's going to bring the ball out to the 25-yard line.
It'll be a touchback.
Don't see too many touchbacks in high school football much.
Yeah, not many kickers have the foot to be able to do that in most situations.
Mostly not, and if you do, you're probably going to play. You're probably going to play somewhere big in college.
Yeah, definitely.
So let's see what Laney can do. We'll see if Laney can respond to the Middle Creek touchdown.
Laney's going to have. They got 2.5 minutes here to see if they can put some more points on the board. Being down 28-6. Let's see how they come out. They can come out back out to the pistol doubles. That's Sims in motion, and he's gonna bring a lot of pressure. Sidbury barely got that out there.
Yeah, looks like the ball just slipped out of his hand right as he was going to throw it.
That's going to be a 2nd and 10 for Laney from their own 20-yard line. Yeah, good job there on the Middle Creek defensive line. Contributed to that low pass as they kind of got pressure in on the quarterback there and forced a quick throw that wasn't necessarily as accurate.
I really haven't seen Laney on offense, switch out of this formation. Now they're going to go trips. They're going to go trips left. And sticking to this pistol bunch. They're bringing a lot of pressure there. Sidbury's trying to roll out, trying to get away from it. And he's going to heave it down the field, and that's going to be out of bounds.
Yeah, good job there by the Middle Creek defensive. All the defensive backs stayed home on their receivers that they were covering, meaning that nobody broke to get the ball carrier, meaning there was no open receivers forcing quarterback to throw it out of bounds. So, as we mentioned, staying home on your assignment, and everybody did that there.
Yeah, great defensive work from Middle Creek, forcing the ball out of play. That's what you need to see, and that's what you need to be able to do.
And this will be 3rd down and 10.
And now we're going into a bit of a 4-3 type here, and they're going to bring 5. This is going to be a free rusher. He's going to get it downfield, and Billingsley really wasn't. He was looking for the ball. He couldn't track it there. It's just going to be 4th down.
Yeah, Jackson Chop there was got the pressure on, kind of was the free runner there for Middle Creek as Laney will bring out his punt team in number 33. We'll kick it away. As Jordan Mitchell is back deep to receive for Middle Creek.
Now, as far as this punt goes, he really should have a nice shot at this.
Yeah, Middle Creek should be aware of the fake again, as they faked it last time. And they almost got it.
Block. That's going to be short.
It's going to take Middle Creek hop.
It's going to be down just before the 45-yard line.
Yeah, that was going to take a Middle Creek hop back towards the way they're going, but the defender there was able to, coverage dude there was able to get to it before it took more of a Middle Creek bounce.
See, Middle Creek likes to stick. They're gonna stick with what they run. They really did a good job of switching it up last drive. They mixed in a run and they were majority pass, and then they handed off to Trey Jones right there inside the 5-yard line.
It'll be interesting to see what Middle Creek can make of this situation. They're not that far out, and we've seen them.
And they're gonna hand off to Trey Jones there to begin the drive, and he's gonna get maybe about 4 yards there.
Yeah, I'm assuming Middle Creek's not going to be in too much of a hurry here before the halftime, as they will probably try to get a score, but leave as little time on the clock as possible to go into the halftime locker room, as Laney will get the ball first in the second half.
Yeah, well, I mean, Middle Creek have been in control from, I think, the start of this game.
Roll out right, and he had his guy that was intended for Brandon Wilson there, just a little far out of bounds.
So that's going to bring up 3rd and 8 from the Laney 40-yard line from Middle Creek, leading 28-6.
Since that incident from 2 drives ago, we haven't seen Jawan Guzman back out there at the offensive line position in that inside guard. That's going to be deep, and
it's going to be
picked off, and it's going to be down just about the 1-yard line.
Yeah, that's going to be Keejan Wilkins there for Laney to Keejan Watkins on the interception there for Laney.
He was looking for his guy. That was intended for Brandon Wilson there. He just overthrew it just a little bit.
Yeah, as you can see, Brandon Wilson, as the defender was playing behind the ball.
Yeah, the defender was in a great position to be able to pick that out of the air, and he's done it there, and he's won his team possession.
And they're going to run. They're going to try to run this Billingsley. Really can't find any room, and
he's going to be taken down
he's
low.
going to be down at the 1-yard line. It's going to lose about 2 yards there.
Yeah, so Laney needs to be careful here, as they don't want to give up a safety.
Placed on the 1-yard line, tackled by Caputo. Timeout.
We are going to have a timeout here, so with Middle Creek leading 28-6 with 1:16 to go in the second quarter, we'll be right back with the sports block. And welcome back to the Sports Block, as we're back after a quick timeout, and Laney has a quick run up the middle.
Sins, tackled by number 2, Maya. Timeout.
We're going to have another timeout, so with Middle Creek leading 28-6 with 1:09 to go in the second quarter, we're going to take another quick break. You're watching the Sports Block. Welcome back to the Sports Block, as we're back after another quick timeout with Middle Creek leading 28-6 with 1:09 to go in the second quarter.
There's barely. He's no.
And
He's
it's going to
in
be
the
a
end zone.
safety.
It's gonna be a
Gotta be safety. Yeah, it is.
So that's going to be that's going to make the score 30-6 Middle Creek with 1:02 to go in the second quarter. Middle Creek will get the ball with about a minute to go in the second quarter. So Middle Creek has a chance to potentially make this game 37-6 right before half.
Looks like there may be an ankle injury over there. I can't exactly see who.
Looks like
That
Number
may be Alex
80.
Robertson. Yeah, they're gonna need the medical team. Yeah, he's not looking great.
so we're going to have to so with that we're going to take a quick injury timeout where you're watching the sports block. And welcome back to the Sports Block, guys. We're back after a quick injury timeout as JJ Tolentino was the injured player on the from Middle Creek, as Laney would have to punt it away as it was a safety.
Yeah, he's being treated right now on the medical bench.
I think his ankle got rolled up on.
That's what it looked like by the way that he was limping. It looked like an ankle injury. Hopefully nothing too serious.
As Laney just goes onside kick, and that's just going to be number 45.
Jacob Fisher.
It's just gonna corral it and just fall on it. Great job. I'm not trying to do too much with it. Just bring it in and just fall on it.
Yeah, simple, and sometimes that's the best way to go.
So with 1:02 to go in the second quarter, Middle Creek will have great starting field position.
I'm going to go stack here. So you go trips left. Gonna motion in Dre Jones. Gonna fake it to him, and he's gonna roll out to his left. It makes a great pass
To Jordan Mitchell.
to Jordan Mitchell. He's gonna be out right at about the 13-yard line.
And Jordan Mitchell found an excellent pocket of space to get open, and it made the job easy for Ely.
Yeah, so now Middle Creek's inside the red zone with 56.9 seconds to go in the second quarter. So Middle Creek has ample time to get a touchdown as they are close to the end zone.
They're gonna go trips right this time now. He's gonna drop back. He's trying to make his progressions, and he gets it. Gets the pass over the middle, and Brandon Wilson fighting for extra yards. And
He's going to be down, looks like right at the 1 yard line.
Yeah, just short of the touchdown.
It looks like they might even spot him at the half-yard line. So Middle Creek's going to hurry up and get everybody to the line here. It's going to hurry up and get as we are going to have a timeout here by Laney. So with Middle Creek leading 30-6 with 40.6 seconds to go in the second quarter, we're going to take a quick break. You're watching the Sports Block. And welcome back to the Sports Block as we're back after a quick Laney timeout with Middle Creek leading 30-6 with 40.6 seconds to go in the second quarter or till halftime, whichever way you want to think about it.
Dre Jones and
This is
gonna look to.
I don't think he quite made it.
oh nope.
They're gonna call it a touchdown.
So that's going to make the score 36-6, pending the extra point. Now the refs are having a conference about it.
I mean, it looked very, very close. I'm not sure, to be honest, from this angle. They're not going to give it.
Nope, they're going to say it was not a touchdown. So this will be second down.
Yeah, well, at least they are close enough to where this probably shouldn't have too much effect.
Yeah, watch a quarterback draw up the middle here by Ely. Or
Yeah, he'll just try and open up some space.
They give it to Dre Jones one more time,
and
and
that's going to be a touchdown.
that one's going to be called a touchdown.
Yeah, that one is undeniable.
Touchdown.
So that will make the score 36-6, pending the extra point. With we do have a flag on the play.
After the play.
We'll see.
I'm not sure what that call is.
The
Yeah, I'm really not sure what that flag could
it
be.
is on Middle Creek, so we'll see if we have an illegal shift on Middle Creek. Looks like we're gonna have an illegal shift on Middle Creek, so no, they're gonna say the touchdown is or oh no, we're gonna have correction. That's actually unsportsmanlike conduct on Middle Creek, so it looks like that's after the that was after the touchdown. So the touchdown will count. So that will be 36-6. So that means Middle Creek will kick from deep inside its own territory. So Laney should get good field position with little time it has left in the half.
Yeah, 24 seconds in the half for them to try and at least get one more point back. I mean, 30 points, and could be 31 if he converts this.
And the kick is good, so that makes the score 37-6. Middle Creek with 24.6 seconds, 0.2 seconds to go in the second quarter. As you can just see, the handoff goes to Jones right up the middle, and he just pounds it in. So Middle Creek will kick from further back than it usually does due to that celebration penalty that will be enforced on this kickoff. It'll be interesting to see what Laney does here once they get the ball, if they
go for it or just try and run it out.
Yeah, as Laney, they did bird Middle Creek on that one long touchdown, but they haven't really seemed to have wanting to go deep much. So it'll be interesting to see if they, depending on where the ball is, I'm assuming depending on where the ball is will be dependent on what they decide to do, whether they decide just to go to the halftime or if they try to take a shot downfield.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, they'll try and recreate that moment of brilliance where they did get the touchdown. But, I mean, they haven't been able to in any other scenario, so I don't know if they'll be able to at this point.
Mm-hmm. As Hunter Helms will be on to attempt the or kick it off from Middle Creek.
And of course, Laney's preparing just in case they like to go onside kick here.
Yeah, I would expect Middle Creek will probably just kick it deep here.
I will. I'm coming back over here. Oh, don't worry, I will. I think I've done a pretty good job.
So you do have a whistle on the play. As the ref seems to be coming out to do something to the ball. They're going to move it back. Because they never moved it back for the
original foul?
Yeah.
They're going to have to kick from really deep now. 25.
So yeah, Middle Creek will, I doubt they'll go onside kick here because if they don't recover, they're going to give Laney really good field position. So I'm assuming they're just going to kick it deep to limit what Laney can do.
Yeah, limit damage control.
Yeah,
They
he
will
does
go for that long kick.
Well, he does field it. I'm not sure why he fielded that. That was number 3, Kenjuan Watkins there. I'm not really sure why he fielded that, as the ball looked to be going out of bounds, but nonetheless he fielded it and burned about 7 seconds off the clock.
Yeah, he got decent yardage on that. So, I mean, depending on which way you look at it, it could either be a success or a failure for
True. At the same time, the coaching staff's probably like, if that one out of bounds, they probably would have been around the same spot, and they would have 7 extra seconds.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, those seconds are obviously very vital. And with 17 seconds, 17.8 left in this half, they have a big deficit to turn around. And, you know, just getting 1 before the halftime, that's good always psychologically.
Especially since they get the ball back to start the second half.
Just going to drop back here. They're only going to bring 3s. They're going to play a lot of coverage.
Oh!
That hit him
like
right in the hands. And
that was
Looked for a second that he had possession of it after that deflection. It looked for a second. I don't think that he actually did.
yeah, it looks like that was
Donaldson. I know that was.
I think that was
That's Christopher Williams there. Hey, Christopher right in the hands there.
yeah, once again 2 easy 2 drops on interceptions again
Here
tonight.
with 12.3, and they're just gonna kneel it into the half.
So that will take us to the half. So at halftime, Middle Creek leads Laney 37-6. We'll be back with the start of the second half. You're watching the Sports Block. And welcome back to the Sports Block, as we're back just before the start of the second half, and we're going to throw it down to our sideline reporter, Bryce.
Middle Creek with the decisive 37-6 lead here, and a lot of momentum on their side due to some late half scores. On the other side of the ball, Laney is looking to make some offensive adjustments to better fit them for the second half. I'm Bryce Herring, and this has been a sideline report. Back to you guys for some third quarter action.
Thanks, Bryce. Now we're going to show you our play of the half. I'll show you our play of the half. As you can see, Ely escapes the sack and then rolls out to his right and is able to find Jordan Mitchell, who then proceeds to put a spin move on the defender and is able to get into the end zone after a great block by Tyron Belcher. And that brings us to the start of the second half, as Laney will receive the opening half kickoff from Hunter Holmes.
Laney will definitely be hoping for something different going into the second half. I mean, they were dominated by the Middle Creek, both on by the Middle Creek offense and the Middle Creek defense.
Definitely. So let's see what the halftime adjustments were for Laney.
Just kind of have to wonder what that team talk consisted of, because there had to be two completely different team talks on both ends. Middle Creek maybe just need to defend this lead and add to it if they can, but their main focus has to be defense, and Laney just have to keep their heads up and try and turn this around.
And he kicks it deep. It's going to be fielded by Watkins. And he loses the ball, and then Middle Creek's going to fall on it.
And as I was saying, I said, Laney, they needed to keep their heads straight, and that is not how you do it. Middle Creek gaining possession here, just maybe 15 yards away.
Mm-hmm. Great job by Middle Creek of forcing it out. As you can see, I believe it was forced out by. Oh no, he just loses it.
Yeah, he just drops it. Not sure.
Yeah, I believe it was recovered by number 5, Connor Chalinsky.
Ely gonna go to a gun double set. They're gonna hand it off to Dre Jones here.
Jones loses the ball, and Laney's gonna recover it.
Laney gets the ball right back.
So that's a interesting way to start the second half. So Laney's so it's almost like no harm done for Laney.
Yeah, definitely. Very, very interesting way to start the half.
So 19 seconds into the second half, and we've had 2 fumbles, both recovered by the opposite team. So definitely not how you see half started much.
Yeah, I'd just be surprised here to see if a team actually could keep possession on this play.
We'll see.
They're gonna look to bring. They're gonna bring 5 here. Sidbury makes a nice pass there. Just right there on the slant route. He's gonna get about a 7-yard gain there. That's gonna get a first down.
Yeah, that's a good play from Laney.
Enough for a first down.
So yeah.
They're going to bring the pressure there. Sidbury is able to get out of there. It's just going to chuck it out of bounds. Wait, no.
It was almost picked off.
Almost picked off there.
Yeah, it was going to go out of bounds, but number 41 was able. Riley Lentine was able to make a play on the ball.
Yeah, it seems like no one can really get a solid hand on the ball this half so far.
That was Robinson on the play there. They're going to bring a lot of pressure there as they run the slant route once again, and it's going to be dropped.
Pass is incomplete. Sign up for number 2.
It's going to be 3rd and 10. And Laney trying to get the ball out quick here, running these little short slant routes. They're going to try to run a little bit of called bubble screens here, and now they're going into a bit of a. Now they're going into the. No, they can stick to the pistol. Creek looking, showing 4. Not only they're gonna bring 6. They bring 5, and he's just gonna chuck it out of bounds there.
So that's going to bring up a 4th down for the Buccaneers. So Laney will send on its punt unit, its punt team.
Quick 3 and out there.
That's exactly what the Middle Creek defense needed, and the exact opposite of what the Laney offense needed.
That's what I'm gonna see. It's gonna be close to. Middle Creek's coming close to a couple times to blocking the punt.
Almost got that one there.
That's gonna be a line drive. It's gonna take a bounce. It's gonna bounce past the 50, and it's gonna be down just past the 45-yard line. So now the Middle Creek offense should come back out. Hopefully, gonna regain some of what they lost on that last possession there. Try to get back down the field.
Yeah, not a bad position from the Middle Creek offense to start in. In the form they've been in today, you can definitely expect them to be able to take this all the way down the field.
As you see, Joanne Guzman making his return back to the lineup.
So yeah, we'll see if Middle Creek can extend this lead and potentially get it over 42 points to get to the running clock.
He's going to drop back. He's got Jordan Mitchell right there on the screen. And
ooh.
he never went
Stays up.
Jordan Mitchell, he's going to keep it going. He's going to get the first down and more. He's going to be out of bounds.
That's an excellent piece of play from Jordan Mitchell there. Manages to stay on his feet, stay up, and gets us the first down.
See, look, that took a big hit there from.
On the replay, you can just see he actually butts heads with the helmets with number 8.
Yeah, that could not have felt nice.
With number 8 there. And I think everybody thought he was down, but he was able to stay up.
Yeah, I thought he was down.
He's going to drop back. He's going to hand it off to Dre Jones here. Dre Jones looking to find a crease, and he's going to get about 6 yards there.
I mean, Middle Creek's offense is just trudging through the defense of the Buccaneers here. And, I mean, they could be in the end zone within just a few moments.
Yeah, Middle Creek does have that big play strike ability.
Yes, definitely.
And they're going to stick to the doubles as he's going to drop back. He's looking for his man. He's got Rasheed Martin under the.
Oh!
He had him there, but
he just underthrew the ball.
It and hit him right in the helmet.
He had Rasheed, but he just underthrew him. He just threw behind him, and Rasheed was not able to go back and make the catch.
Yeah, seemingly just a few inches in that pass that really threw it off. And
he has Carl Lane was on the coverage there for Laney.
36. So try to use a part count. Get on motion Woodard. He's going to motion Dre Jones. They're going to run a zone read fake. He's going to roll out left.
immediately sends him down.
He wanted to find this guy, but he just took off there. He's going to get about maybe 3 yards.
So it'll be interesting to see. Well, this is going to be about 4th and 3, so I don't expect Middle Creek to go for it here. Then again, it is kind of no man's land, so well, it looks like Middle Creek is going to go for it. Yeah, it looks like they are going to go for it.
Yeah, I mean, might as well whenever you're in this position, 31 points up. See what you can get out of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Going to roll out. He's got his guy.
And that's going to bounce off the receiver
right in the chest
of Jordan Mitchell. So Laney's going to take over on downs at their own 31-yard line.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's what happens whenever you take the risk. Sometimes you're going to get the reward, and sometimes it's not going to go your way. But I think good on Middle Creek for taking that risk.
First down, Laney.
Laney going to try to revamp their offense here. Really haven't been able to get much going. They've really been put in a position to just pass the ball so far. Let's see what they come out here. Middle Creek showing blitz, and they're just going to
Get a few yards on that.
It's Prigden on the carry.
By 34.
That's going to bring up 2nd and about 5 from the Laney 35-yard line.
They've really been sticking to this pistol formation. Middle Creek going to look to load the box, showing blitz, and they're going to bring the pressure there. It's right over the middle.
Oh!
That's the second time tonight that Darnell Jones has had a shot at picking the ball off. He just really can't seem to get his hands on it.
Yeah, I mean, that seems to be the story for a few players out there on both sets of both sets of teams. You know, just getting your hand on the ball seems to be a big problem.
So that's gonna bring up the third down from Laney.
They're gonna bring Darnell Jones in the slot here. Now he's gonna
now he catches
one as he comes back to him as he stays on his feet.
That's going to be number 12, Darnell Jones on the pick.
Yeah, around the 46 or the 47. He did well to stay on his feet after catching that ball, and he's got himself a few yards. That's excellent.
And Jones didn't even expect it to come. He's like, whoa. He was a little surprised that the ball got to him.
Yeah, I would be as well. I mean, that didn't really look like it had a pathway to him, yet it found him.
Darnell Jones, third time's a charm, and right there, he's able to finally get an interception after dropping too early.
Yeah, I mean, you get yourself in the right positions. Eventually, it's going to fall for you, and it has here.
Drake Jones on the carry there, and he seems that he fumbled.
So they're going to rule it that looks like they're going to rule that Jones was down.
That's a Middle Creek will return.
No, they're going to say what? They're going to say he did fumble.
Well, the umpires
So
called the fumble.
So the refs changed the call, and it will be Laney ball. It's the second time in as many drives that Jones has fumbled.
We're going to look at the replay here into it. So, yeah, let's see. All right, got the carry and the ball. Yeah, the ball just popped out there.
Yeah. Well, possession has just been changing hands, it seems, with every play or every other play. You know, Laney will want to find, on both sides, but particularly Laney will want to find some sort of consistency.
Showing blitz there, and they're really going to bring the pressure. He's going to be sacked.
Great sack there from Middle
Creek.
Edge.
That was Robinson coming off the edge.
Yeah, Anthony Robinson doing great to break past the defense. Just get that sack and lose Laney a few yards.
He just comes off the edge and sack.
Yeah, big sack from Middle Creek there.
They're showing blitz again. And
he just drops the ball.
Sid Berry is going to be wrapped up. Right there is looked to have been a fumble on a play. And Sid Berry's picked it back up, and he just got swallowed up there.
Yeah, Sid Berry just kind of, he did a good job of not trying to do too much, of just hanging on to the ball.
Yeah, I mean, once that ball falls to the ground, basically all that you can do is try and regain it and hold on to it. I mean, he didn't really have time to make a pass there.
Yeah, both teams seem to have a hard time hanging on to the ball this half, as there's been a good amount of fumbles, which is odd since it hasn't really, as I would assume the ball would be drier than it was in the first half.
They gave it to Prigden once again. Pridgeon. And that's going to bring out the punt team as they barely get back to the line of scrimmage.
Fourth down.
So Laney will attempt to punt as a number 32. As number 32, or Thomas Bradshaw, comes on to attempt the kick, as we do have a flag way back, and it's going to be against Laney. Wait, no, is this going to be against Middle Creek? Oh.
I think it is. I think they've got an extra man. 12 on the floor, 12 on the field for Middle Creek.
Yeah, and the extra man's going to be Jackson Shop there.
I mean, that can't be happening. That seems to happen week in and week out for Middle Creek.
It's going to be a line drive, and going to take a bounce. Mitchell's going to take it. He's going to make
past
one miss. He's going to get past.
Ooh. Going to be taken out of bounds right around the 44-yard line.
Yeah, well, I think that was Adam Schmidt. He did well.
And we're going to throw it down to our sideline reporter, Bryce Herring.
I've got an injury update from an injury in the second quarter. Number 27, J.J. Palantino, has a knee injury, and it is unsure if he will return to the game today. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Bryce.
Yeah, well, I think up here we thought it was his ankle, but his knee, hopefully he's not out for too long.
Yeah, he's been one of Middle Creek's better defensive players over the years.
Yeah, he definitely has.
And he's got him over the middle. It's Kyle Woodard. He's trying to hang on to the ball there, and that's
He's going to do a good job.
going to be close to a first down.
Yeah, very close, maybe a yard or two in it.
Pass complete. Kyle Woodard.
You'll see it as Jones comes off for Calvion Moore.
2nd and 1.
So we'll see a 2nd and 1. I wouldn't be surprised to see a quarterback draw here. No, they hand it off to
Hand
Moore.
off to Calvion Moore, and he's going to get the first down. Just a little bit more.
Calvion Moore. Need enough for a Mustang first down.
Now look to feed more here on this drive. And set him to his right. Gonna drop back, and he's trying to follow his guys, and Ely
And he's just
he
going
just
to
throws it at the ground. And
be it's going to be too low for Jordan Mitchell.
Caught it complete.
He did a good job of buying himself enough time to get the ball off so that he didn't take the sack, but at the same time he still got the incomplete pass so that Middle Creek didn't lose any yardage on the play.
It looks like Dre Jones was hurt. He's being attended to down there on the sideline. It looks like, yeah, Moore's going to see a lot more playing time here. That's going to be a nice play fake. He's going to roll out to the left. He's got his man, and it looks like
It's going to be incomplete.
Yeah, he couldn't wrap his fingers around it.
Could have hauled that in right there.
Intended for Mitchell. 3rd down.
It's going to be 3rd and 10.
Wouldn't be surprised.
They're more than likely going to look to throw here. They're going to go stack left.
I'm playing
Bunch.
Laney's playing a one-back deep safety.
Update on Jones on the sideline. He looks to be fine. He's left the medical bench, moving around his legs. He seems to be fine. Maybe just picked up a knock.
Jordan Mitchell. He's going to be close to the first down.
I think he's going to be short by a yard.
4th down.
So, looks like Middle Creek going to go for it again here.
4th and 1.
Let's see if Middle Creek decides if they decide to throw, if they decide to give it to Moore, if they decide to go quarterback draw up the middle with Ely here.
So you got 4th and 1 here. He's going to motion on way out, and they're going to go quarterback draw here, and Ely's going to have the first down and a lot more.
Yeah, Ely did well there to break through the Buccaneers.
Yeah, I'm surprised Middle Creek doesn't do more quarterback draws in short situations with how big Ely is.
I mean, Ely's a powerful figure on the field. They could definitely afford to do a few more of those.
And it's started to go trips right. He's going to drop back. He's got his guy deep. See, he's going to go for JoJo Mitchell, and
It's going to be
almost had it.
It's going to be broken up by number 5, Cameron Clark for Laney. He just went up and kind of knocked the ball away from Jordan Mitchell.
Jordan Mitchell actually almost recovered it after that deflection, and that would have been an amazing catch.
As you can see, it was right on target, but Clark had good position and was able to knock it away, but Mitchell, with his long arms, almost extended out and made a one-handed catch.
And Dre Jones looks like he really wants to come back in. As Calvion Moore getting extended plays here, as he is going to try to step up in the pocket. He's going to take off. He's going to have the first down.
And he's going to
get a nice slide.
And that's going to be
He's able to get to the first down.
Yeah, it's going to be enough for a first down.
Ely did very well there to break out of that situation and get the first down.
They're going to call him short. It's going to be about a yard short.
Looks like he's going to be half a yard short.
Well, maybe not get the first down, but he did do very well to break out of that situation.
Third and less than a yard.
See what Middle Creek does here.
I think hand it off to Cavion Moore here, and he's going to be stuffed.
Looks like he's going to have enough for it. Looks like forward progress was enough for the first down, it looks like.
Looks like a no gain on the play.
Well, they're going to say it was a no gain. Or they're going to bring in the change to measure it.
Yeah, they may have to. That looks very close. The referees and a lot of discussion over if this is a first down. They are going to measure it out.
Yeah, and if it's not a first down, it will be 4th and 1. And he's going to be short by about, he's going to be short by barely the nose of the football.
Yeah, yes, so close.
4th and less than a half a yard.
So let's see what Middle Creek does here. As if they whatever they do, if they execute it right, they will
Look to either go quarterback draw here, or they're going to try to give it to Cavion Moore. See what they do. They're going to bring in Woodard for the extra blocker. They're going to hand off to Moore. No, they're going to go to the option. And Ely's going to break off a tackle, and he's going to have the first down.
He's going to have he's going to have more than enough for the first down.
Yeah, Middle Creek really starting to break into that dangerous position here.
As if Middle Creek scores a touchdown here, they have potential to go up by 38 here.
$2 hot dogs, $3 pizza. Excuse me, 2 for $3 and pizza is $2. 2 for $3, pizza $2.
They're really giving more and extensive plays here.
Yeah, if Jones is not 100%, why play him?
Ely with a good pass. There's a flag.
And it looks like this might be a hit.
It's going to be a personal foul on Laney.
Yeah, so it's going to be a personal foul on the coverage on the DB there for Laney. So this is going to give Middle Creek about half the distance to the goal.
I think that may have been Cameron Clark there who's called for the personal foul, and he was unhappy about it.
It will be a first down.
Yeah, he did make that first down. He also got a few yards in there, I think.
To the goal line. First down, Mustangs.
We're gonna see if they're gonna try to feed more here. And they're gonna move Martin to the right side, inside. They're gonna motion him, and they're gonna feed. They're gonna go option, but
Ely's been sacked.
And that was just a bad breakdown there by the Middle Creek offensive line.
Yeah, I mean, they haven't had many of them this game, and I guess they were a bit overdue for one.
So that will push Middle Creek back. So this will make it about a 2nd and 10 from the 12, about 2nd and 12 from the 12-yard line. So Middle Creek has Ely has 2 to his left, running back to his left, and receiver to his right.
Yeah, letting these guys know up front.
He plays it out.
Screen pass to Martin, and he's going to get to about the 5-yard line.
Pass complete to Martin.
So this is going to bring up about a 3rd and 6 from the about the 6-yard line. So this is 4-down territory here for Middle Creek, as I'm assuming they're gonna go for a touchdown, as they want to potentially get to that running clock, as they need 2 touchdowns to get to it.
Yeah, 1:50 about left in this third quarter.
We got 3rd and goal. 6 yards out. He's going to drop back low snap. He's going to roll to his right and nearly threw an interception. He was looking for Rasheed Martin there.
So that's going to bring up 4th and 6 here. Bring up 4th and 6.
So they're going to go for it. They're not bringing on the kicker. No, they are going to go for the field goal.
They are going to. So let's see if Kirkland can convert on this field goal as he was if he can convert on this field goal here as he missed, I believe, 2 last week and 2 extra points as well last week.
Schmidt to hold.
Yeah, it wasn't an excellent day for the kickers of Middle Creek last Friday against Garner. Today has been definitely better, I would say.
And this field goal is going to be through. This is going to be good. So that's going to make the score 40-6 Middle Creek with 1:19 to go in the 3rd quarter. As Middle Creek extends their lead.
Yeah, well, I think Middle Creek here today have just shown their dominance, and they've definitely.
And welcome back to the Sports Block as we're back after a quick commercial break as Middle Creek leads 40-6 over Laney, and Laney just looks like they're not really showing any fight as of right now.
Yeah, I mean, Laney have just looked asleep from the kickoff. It's been a very poor performance from Laney so far. The game's not over yet, but you may think with this score line, it might as well be.
As the kick is going to be it's going to be fielded by Watkins. He's going to be deep in his own territory.
It's able to dance by 2 there.
Looks like they're going to say he stepped out right around the 10-yard line. Correction, right around the 15-yard line.
There's a flag on the play.
And there is a flag deep upfield towards midfield, so we'll see who this is on.
Yeah, that's a very deep flag.
We're going to have a see what a call is here. Laney seems to believe it's on them as they seem to be backing themselves up more. But the refs seem to be taking their time to make sure they get the correct call and correct yardage here. And correct number of player guilty of the penalty.
Yeah, well, I mean, you do want to see that. It does eat up a bit of time, but the clock's not going, and you want to see the referees get it right.
You definitely want to get it right in the playoffs.
Definitely, yeah, because one bad call, maybe not necessarily in this game.
It's going to be holding on Laney, so that's going to push him back even farther. And it's also going to be an unsportsmanlike penalty on Laney, so that's going to push him back. Oh, we're going to also have an unsportsmanlike on Middle Creek, so the unsportsmanlikes will offset, but the holding will be enforced.
Offset.
Yeah, I mean, those 2 unsportsmanlike conduct calls will just cancel each other out, and
yeah,
it's really just the holding call that matters.
And the holding call is going to push Laney inside their own 10-yard line.
There also was a holding call.
So they got to be careful here because they don't want to get another safety as like last time. They were this close to their own goal line.
The referees just getting their final discussions here, making sure they're all leveled out in the books, making sure they have the right thing written down.
as the players seem to be ready, but the refs seem to be taking their time here.
Yeah, they do just want to make sure they've got everything right and they're all on the same page.
And Laney gonna start deep. They're gonna be inside their own 10-yard line. Motion 7. They're gonna hand it off. That's Pridgeon. And he's gonna get about a 4 to 5 yard run there.
Yeah, that was definitely a good run for Laney on first down, as that sets up a relatively short second and third down plays for them.
Yeah, it'll make life a lot easier for them in these next few plays. And they're obviously very deep in their field, so they are going to need to keep on getting these first downs to just push up the field and hopefully, for their sake, get a touchdown.
Yeah, and they would probably need touchdowns sooner rather than later, as the clock's not going to do them any favors.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, this clock isn't stopped.
They're going to hand it off there. He's going to be, and he goes backwards. He breaks a tackle.
And he's going to
gain majority of those yards back that he
lost. It looked like he was hit behind the line of scrimmage, but ends up looking like he got right back to the line of scrimmage, maybe just shy of it.
Yeah, I think he was right at it, or just maybe a yard off of it, and he pushed through excellently there. There's someone hurt on the field for Middle Creek, the medical team rushing on.
So we're going to take a quick injury timeout here, with Middle Creek leading Laney 40-6 with 14.8 to go in the third quarter. We'll be right back with the sports block. And welcome back to the sports block, as we're back after a quick injury timeout, as Jacob Fisher was the injured player on the play. As Middle Creek looks to, as Laney has about a 3rd and 4 here. And that's going to be the end of the third quarter. So at the end of the third quarter, Middle Creek leads Laney 40-6. We'll be right back at the start of the fourth quarter. You're watching the sports. Welcome back to Sports Block, as we're back at the start of the fourth quarter with Middle Creek leading Laney 40-6. 40-6.
The Mustangs are low the box here. Sidbury's going to take it himself. It's his first carry of the game.
And that's going to be enough for a Laney first down.
And Laney are just going to need to slowly push up this field if they want to be able to score. They're starting at the 20, at their own 20. They need to get all the way down to the other end.
And Laney doesn't appear to be in much of a hurry here.
Stick to this pistol set.
And we're going to have a delay of game on Laney here. So that's going to back him up 5 yards. As usually in this situation, when your team's about to have a delay of game, usually the coach burns a timeout, but you didn't really see the coach burn a timeout there, so it means either the coach's philosophy is take the penalty, don't waste the timeout, or he's just kind of giving in that this game, but he doesn't think they're going to win this game.
They're going to motion them, and Sidbury's going to drop back, and they're going to bring pressure. They go screen, and Pridgeon's going to find a crease, and going to be close to a first down, and they're going to give them the first down there.
Yeah. Looked like he was going to be about a yard short, but they're going to say he got it, so it'll be first down for Laney.
Yeah, a great bit of offensive play there from Laney to get that first down, and they're slowly but surely coming up that field.
And they got double set. Mill Creek only running 160 high, and
He almost
they had him in the backfield, and they still have him in the backfield as the ball comes out after the play is over.
Yeah, that was Lentini there who almost got him right at the start, got him almost right away, but he was able to escape Lentini.
Yeah, big loss of yardage there for Laney.
Let's see. Laney, once again, does not appear to be in much of a hurry.
2nd and 16. They're going to toss it to Billingsley.
Breaks
See,
through.
and he's only going to get maybe a 2-yard gain there. Right there by Joey Maya. Chomsky in there.
That's going to bring up 3rd and very long. Yeah, I think Laney may have accepted their fate in this game, as they really appear to be in no hurry, and they just keep letting the clock run. As if they felt like if they had a chance, they'd probably be running faster plays.
I definitely agree. I think maybe the players and the coaching staff have resigned themselves to this game and to this playoff run. I mean, Middle Creek have been the better side so far.
Sidbury's going to find his target across the middle, and he's going to get first. He's going to give it right back to the original line of scrimmage.
Looks like he's going to get about 2 yards past the original line of scrimmage, and that's going to bring on the Laney punt team. As number 33 is on to attempt the punt for Laney. As we are going to have a timeout by here. Oh no, we're going to have an illegal substitution on Middle Creek.
I was going to say, it looks like there may have been an extra player.
So that's going to give, I think that's going to put Laney at a 4th and 1, so just 1 yard shy of the 4th. Or are they going to call a penalty? Or no, this is going to be on Laney.
There's quite a bit being called here, I think.
Or I think actually that was I think they call that a timeout, so we're going to take a quick break. You're watching the Sports Block. And welcome back to the Sports Block, as we're back after a quick timeout here. With 8:50 to go, Middle Creek leads 40-6 over Laney.
Yeah,
As Laney's on the punt. And Middle Creek almost.
Close to a block punt.
See that flop? Is that funny or what?
And
You see that flop?
the
And
punter.
Laney punter taking a bit to get up.
Yeah, he tries to pull at a flop here
Yeah.
to get the try to get the first down, but said it was a refs deemed it was enough contact with the attempt at the block.
Oh, yeah, definitely a bit theatrical there from the Laney punter.
Yeah, kind of probably
Could have been more convincing as well.
Yeah, he probably took that from watching other sports.
Yeah, he may have taken that from my type of football.
Didn't want to say it, but you did.
Sean Brown's in the game, and that was a great pass that completed to Sean Horton. As we're seeing a lot of second teamers now.
Yeah, you definitely seen some of the second teamers that are going to be the kind of the face of the Middle Creek Mustangs next year. As Sean Brown is probably going to be the starting quarterback for Middle Creek next year.
Yeah, I could definitely see that.
Sean Brown heading out to Cavion Morris. Cavion Morris stuff right at the line of scrimmage there.
This is also a great experience for those younger players who maybe haven't played as much this season, the sophomores and some juniors as well, because they will be, like you said, leading the line next season, and to get some playoff experience in under their belt, that's great.
Sean Brown's going to drop back. Just over those his targets. That was intended for Hunter Holmes there.
So that's going to bring up a third down and 10 for Middle Creek. Interesting that Middle Creek just dropped back to throw, as I would assume they would just do a lot of just run plays or quick screen passes to try to run the clock out.
He's going to drop back. They're going to bring everybody. He's able to step up in the pocket, and Sean Brown is going to be sacked just before he can get to the line of scrimmage.
So that's going to bring up fourth down.
Yeah, 4th and 10, not a great position to be in if you're Middle Creek.
Nope, and Middle Creek's going to bring on the... No, they're not going to bring on the punt team. And we're going to send it down to our sideline reporter.
Jacob Fisher. He seemed a little bit shaken up after making a big tackle. Due to the big lead, he will probably not return it again. Back to you, Adam.
Thanks, Bryce, as punt team does come on.
And the punt team's been brought on here. 4th and 10, they're never really going to go for it.
That was a high snap, and Rasheed Martin does barely just get the kick off. This is going to be a great punt. That's going to roll all the way down to about the Laney 14-yard line.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got Gatorades for $1, hot dogs for $1.
We're getting it near the end here. Laney has really struggled tonight just to try to get the offense going, only putting up a point total of 6. They had a couple turnovers, but they really couldn't do anything back on offense with it.
Yeah, before the game we were talking about Middle Creek maybe being the team to struggle to get their offense going, and it's been quite the other way around. 40 points for Middle Creek compared to, as you said, Laney's 6. It's been relatively disappointing from Laney.
You'd think...
And Silver's going to drop back, and he's going to go deep.
Oh, that was almost an amazing pass, but he gets the touch in there just as he needed to.
Kai Paxton in on the coverage there.
Great job by Paxton of getting in there and just getting a hand on the ball to prevent the big play. As if he doesn't get a hand on that, that's probably most likely a touchdown. That's either a big play and probably a touchdown for Laney, but nonetheless, it's actually gonna 2nd and 10.
Yeah, great vision by the Laney quarterback to actually be able to get that to his man, or nearly to his man at least.
They're going to motion him again. And Sid Berry's going to drop back, and he hesitates on the screen, and that screen looked to have been stopped.
Through.
And he gets the first down and more.
He's going to be run down by Lentini.
And that is definitely a big play for Laney.
Definitely, they could have used a couple of those earlier in the game, but nonetheless, it's just not going to do much now.
Yeah, I mean, this is the type of offense that you would have wanted to see earlier in the game, specifically in the first quarter. You really don't want it to take the last 7 or 6 minutes in the fourth to really get kicking on.
As the clock continues to run.
So you're hand it off again. That's Pridgeon. Maybe stop.
Run by 34. Bridgen tackled by Weinberg.
So that's going to bring up second and about 9 here for Laney from their own 41-yard line. As the clock ticks to about 6 minutes to go in the game.
And they're going to hand it out to Pridgeon again. And he's
going to be
gonna
stuffed. He's going to be stuffed after about a gain of 1, so that's going to bring up about a 3rd and 8 from the 42-yard line.
Laney will need something big here to get some yards in, hopefully for them to get a first down, or at least get within 1 or 2 yards.
And Sidbury is going to be sacked.
So that's going to bring up 4th and long. So that's coming up 4th and long. So Laney's just going to send on the punt team.
Ian Woodard in there.
Well, I mean, 2 of those plays, it really looked like Laney had maybe found a late click, but with the next 2, it didn't really look too organized, too great. Five minutes left in this game. And looking at the scoreboard, you may have to think it's been well over for a little bit.
Oh,
it's dropped from the punter.
The snap goes over the punter's head, and he's going to be taken down at the Laney 10-yard line. And
the play was dead.
It was dead before the ball came out, but doesn't mean number 80 can celebrate. Doesn't mean doesn't mean he can celebrate. Doesn't mean Middle Creek can't celebrate anyways.
I mean, nothing is clicking for Laney this game, and you have to feel bad for them. Come all the way out here for a playoff game, a game they would hope to win, and it's just nothing's clicking for them. I don't know what it is.
The replay actually shows that the ball looked like it was out before the knee touched. So Middle Creek's going to have its best starting field position of the night. So as you see in the replay again, it looks like the ball came out before, as it was scooped up by number 90.
Yeah, it definitely looks like that.
By bringing the extra blockers, and they're going to swing out Sherrod Ray and Sean Brown.
Brown with some fancy movements there, keeps that ball alive.
Ray's going to maybe get back to the line of scrimmage.
It's going to be a huge, big pile there.
Sean Brown's actually coming off.
So we're going to have number 17,
Jake Adamson,
under center. So he's probably going to be Sean Brown's main competition for quarterback next year.
Yeah, let's see how he does here.
So they go trips left, and they're going to swing it out to Cavion Moore. And Cavion Moore is going to try to fight for extra yards there. He's going to get about maybe a gain of 5.
I mean, he just turned on the jets there to get past a few of those players, and he got great yardage.
Mm-hmm. He did.
He's coming off after making that impact.
So Middle Creek's just going to let the clock run, as play clock's at just under 15 seconds, so Middle Creek's just going to let it run down and waste as much clock as possible.
3rd and 4.
The snap goes under Adamson's.
He's going to be sacked.
Stood up.
So that's going to bring up a long 4th down.
Addison just unable to get his hand around the ball whenever it snapped to him.
So the clock is going to tick to under 3 minutes to go in the game. So Laney season is ticking to its last minutes of the game.
Yeah, and I mean, the last few minutes of football for some of these seniors for competitive school football, at least that is.
Mm-hmm.
You know, despite the loss for the team, it is probably sad on a personal note for them. Many of them have been playing for many years, I'm sure.
As Kirkland comes on to attempt the field goal.
That'll be good.
It's going to be right through the middle. So that's going to make the score 43-6. Middle Creek with 2:28 to go in the game.
Yeah, I mean, the kickers have been very excellent, especially compared to their last week showing here today. I mean,
definitely.
Just want to remind all fans to
I think that every field goal attempt, and correct me if I'm wrong, but every field goal attempt for Middle Creek has been good today.
Today, yes. So, this may or may not be the last drive of the game, depending on first downs and whatnot, and turnovers. This may be the last drive of the game as Middle Creek prepares to kick it off to Laney.
Yeah, and it all depends as well on how each side uses their times. And
yeah, I'm guessing we're probably not going to see many timeouts as
yeah, that's what I would suspect.
I think both teams have figured out what the who's going to win.
I mean, you could argue that the game was really set in stone at halftime, and this half has really just exemplified it.
Kind of just from early on, you just kind of could tell it was just like Middle Creek was going to be Middle Creek's night, just from even from the opening drive, which ended in a fumble from Middle Creek. You just could tell it was like, and it was just something different.
Yeah, I mean, they just seemed more motivated on the field today, and I mean, I don't know what it was about Heritage, but they just didn't seem up for the occasion. Not Heritage, that would be Laney.
As her Holmes is on to kick it off for Middle Creek.
The deep kick, and it's going to be taken from the 10-yard line.
So go with it. He breaks through.
Finds a crease, and he breaks the tackle. He's going to crease. He's going to run past the 50, and it's going to be a big hit there.
He's going to get leveled right around the Middle Creek 35-yard line.
Well, it is definitely a big play for Laney, and maybe just the last burst of energy for the side.
Special teams there, almost giving up a lot of yardage there. Hopefully, we'll see what Laney can do in these final seconds.
With 2:17 left in the game, let's see how motivated Laney is. Let's see, they want to get a touchdown for personal pride.
Yeah, I mean, you do just want some consolation points on the board, especially in a game like this.
Yeah, and they're going to call that pass incomplete. So that's going to bring up 2nd and 10. That's going to bring up 2nd and 10 with 2:13 to go in the game from the Middle Creek 41-yard line.
It's been interesting to see how the Laney team have responded to this game. I mean, they haven't necessarily given up. I think it was very lackluster from the beginning, but they definitely have not given up. They're still going for it as much as they can.
Mm-hmm. They have.
So Brady's going to drop back. They're going to go screen, and just throws it into the ground.
And that's going to be another incomplete pass, so that's going to tick the clock down to 2:10. So was Laney's taking its time to get the play call in. As Laney looks to go too wide on each side with her running back.
So Brady's going to drop back. Only
He
bring it
played
forward.
long.
That's going to be
had a
incomplete
guy
as well.
right over the middle, but that's going to be incomplete.
That's going to bring up 4th and 10 for Laney from the Middle Creek 41-yard line.
It's just not clicking for the Buccaneers today, is it?
It's not. And Laney is going to go for it, which at this point, I don't really think
May not have much of an impact.
At this point, I don't really think punting or going for it really has that much of a difference, except for pride reasons.
Yeah, I mean,
Sidbury's gonna drop back, and guy comes in free.
having a break
on the
free,
edge,
he
and
does.
He just lobs it down the field,
And that's going to be an incomplete pass. So that's going to be 4th down. I mean, that's going to be turnover on downs for Laney. So Middle Creek's going to take over its own 41 with a minute 57 to go in the game, as Middle Creek will most likely proceed to run out the clock. Well, now that it's obvious that Middle Creek is going to come away with a win in this, Middle Creek will travel to Sanderson next week for its second round playoff game, as Sanderson did have a bye this week. So Sanderson, there's probably a couple Sanderson coaches here at this game to probably scouting Middle Creek and Laney for taking notes on the winner of the game.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's going to be a tough ask to go to Sanderson and beat them. But I think after what we've seen today, they may be up for it.
Definitely, they'll have to figure out a way to contain a Liam McNeil on offense for Sanderson.
Oh, and they've lost the ball. It's loose, and it's going to be recovered by Laney.
So Laney's going to get another chance to get a score to make the score more respectable here with a minute 49 to go in the game.
I mean, that just looks like a lapse of concentration from the Middle Creek offensive line.
Mm-hmm. So for minute 49, Laney will have a chance to get some more points.
Sidbury gonna drop back, quick pass over the middle, and great coverage played by Donaldson there.
So that's going to bring up 2nd and 10 from the Middle Creek 25-yard line. So Sanderson looks to get, not Sanderson, that's who we play next week. Laney looks to go 2 wide on each side with a slot receiver to the left.
Sidbury gonna drop back, he's gonna lob it up, and that's gonna be Billingsley.
That's going to be incomplete.
That's gonna be incomplete pass.
As he did not control it, as it did hit the ground before it did. And we are going to have a replay on that.
Yeah, let's take another look at that.
As you can just see, it was a good throw, but Lentini kind of knocked it out of the receiver's hands as he was going down, which made it the incomplete pass. So good job there by Lentini of causing the incomplete pass.
Sidbury's got his guy.
And
Hit him right in the chest.
Just bounced right off of McGee.
Yeah, it's just not working out for Laney today, is it?
No, just seems like everything's going against him today.
Oh, definitely. I think it's a mixture of that, and also I think one team has just showed up more determined to win and more determined to play and get to the next stage of the playoffs, and I think that team is the one that's 43 points up.
Mm-hmm. So,
Another 4th down.
this is...
And the DB's going to play off, and Sidbury's got to looking for it was intended ability there that was thrown right over the middle.
So that will be a turnover on downs for Laney. So Middle Creek will take over at its own 25-yard line. So Middle Creek can probably proceed just to take a knee here and run out the clock.
Yeah, with a minute and a half left, you wouldn't expect anything else.
They're going to go victory here.
So that and Adamson just takes the knee, so the clock will just run out.
It's been a very, very impressive showing from Middle Creek today. They're able to bounce back from that unfortunate loss against Garner, and They've definitely shown what they're made of here today, and this sends a message to all the other playoff teams that they could come against, that Middle Creek are not going to roll over and take anything.
Nope.
So we're going to try to take one more knee here. They run the clock out.
So one more knee, and this will end Laney's season, and Middle Creek will advance to the second round to play Sanderson.
Yeah, and I think it's only fair to say that the better team has won here today. I mean, Middle Creek came determined to win, and they're going to do just that here in just a few moments.
So the final score is going to be 43-6. So this will more than likely be the our last football broadcast of the year. So stay tuned for basketball broadcasts in the coming weeks. And once again, thank you for tuning in, and you're watching the Sports Block.